Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be talking about one of the spammiest trolls that frequent the comment section of the Atheist Experience YouTube channel. It is Rick Lambert, aka Sparty, going by the two alt accounts that you can see here. I have already done one video about him, going over his constant spam, where he claims that the speed of light squared is 5. I'll put a link to that video in the description. But spoiler warning, and I'm sorry to ruin the surprise, but the speed of light squared is not 5. So for this video, I'm going to go over a different spam post he likes. And I don't know how to break this to you, but it turns out that not only is he anti-gay, he's also anti-trans. And like many of those anti-trans bigots, their objection is to the grammar because they're such sticklers for grammar, and of course they are. But they only object to what they view as the incorrect use of the third-party pronouns. So he starts off here and says, learn how to use pronouns properly. And just sit back and relax because Sparty is here to teach you all about grammar. And it definitely has nothing to do with his anti-LGBTQ bigotry. So he says, I am a male, I have a friend, he is male also. So I'll take it for granted that he knows for sure that he is a male. He's done all the necessary, let's say, examinations to know that he is a male. Maybe because he has the right gonads. And just to be generous, let's accept the hypothetical that he has a friend. But when he says that his friend is a male, and that is the reason why he uses the pronoun he, how does he know that his friend is a male? His friend might be presenting as a man, in which case he is fine. Especially if that's how he wants to be referred to as. But how does Sparty know his friend is a male? Maybe he's very friendly with his friend and can attest that his friend has all the plumbings of a male? Or has he maybe performed a check of the chromosomes? Or maybe measured the testosterone levels? Or maybe run a DNA sequence to check for specific genes? But maybe he's close enough to that person, to his friend, to know for sure that he's a male. But that is not how pronouns work. He is used for someone with the gender man. So next, he gives an example of the quote-unquote wrong usage of a pronoun. If his friend uses a pronoun she, and he thinks that she is a male, maybe he had a shocking experience at some point where he found out that a woman that he's interested in turned out to be a biological male. Who knows? But I sure hope that he isn't going around groping women to make sure that they are physically females and not males. And of course, Sparty isn't going to understand that they could have the physical characteristics of being a female and be a biological male or born a female. Or they could be physically a male and be a biological female or born a female. There are actually a lot of different cases where being physically of one sex doesn't necessarily mean they have the other biological markers of that particular sex. There are a lot of intersex people. And then there are also people who have actually transitioned, in which case they will look biologically of one sex, but would have been born a different sex. And there's also other conditions such as androgen insensitivity syndrome or congenital adrenal hyperplasia, or just other types of gonadal dysgenesis. So all those things basically tells you that just because a person may look of a certain sex, and if your biggest concern is whether they are actually of that sex, that's not always going to be 100% correct. It's difficult to sometimes determine the exact sex of a person. Let's just say that. So next, he demonstrates that he understands how to use the plural third-person pronoun, they. So, yay, I guess he's smart enough to have figured that out. And then he gives a mix of different pronouns and says, this is not how, or this is how pronouns don't work. Third-person pronouns is how we refer to others. And he gives a list of valid third-person pronouns. They, them, theirs, themselves, he, him, his, himself, she, her, herself, it, its, itself. Those are all valid third-person pronouns. So I begin to wonder if Sparty graduated from middle school. And then he throws in for good measures. It's ridiculously absurd to identify as a pronoun. You know what else is ridiculously absurd? To say that there are people identifying as a pronoun. Sparty obviously doesn't understand what a preferred pronouns are, considering that he has them. Well, we'll leave it here for Sparty. He has so many absurd spam posts that I might cover in the future. So if you like this video, please like it and comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, so that you will know about the latest Sparty or other troll spams videos. And don't forget, I have a weekly live stream to talk about trolls on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central. Thank you, and I'll see you in the comments.